Hi everyone, welcome to the first Mapify webinar. We start this webinar series to tell you about the challenges of different sectors and how Mapify platform can help solve you those challenges without any code. First of all, my name is Sandro Batista. I'm managing partner at Fox VC, the company behind Mapify. And from early age, I loved art, mathematics, and technology. So naturally, these areas unfolded my fascination with maps and location and design solutions that, with a mix of these components, can help people's day-to-day and also to bring value to enterprises. So this webinar is live on LinkedIn, and we will have a question and answer session at the end. Please post your questions there on the chat, and we will reply later in this session. This webinar is only possible to my colleagues and, of course, our guest. Let me introduce you, Mário Sobral and Adressa. Mário, welcome. Can you say a few words about yourself?
Hi, Sandro. Hi, everyone. Thank you. My name is Mário Sobral. I'm a technical manager at Focus BC. I work in the Mapify product team and also do a little bit in the Google technology side. And I'm really happy to be here and to show you what Mapify can do for you.
Cool. So let's see your demo in a few moments. Andre, thanks again for being with us, and of course bringing some of the challenges in this area in the logistics. Can you introduce yourself?
Of course, Sandro. Good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation. I take this opportunity to greet the entire audience and also to congratulate Sandro and Mário for their work. And it's a real pleasure to be here with Mapify. Concerning myself, I'm a geospatial engineering, as Sandro also. Currently, I'm a professor at the Polytechnic Institute of Guarda, where I'm the director of surveying and geomatics engineer degree. I also have a PhD in geodesy and cartography, but I am here because I was the coordinator of a proposal that was awarded with the title of collaborative laboratory, in this case for logistics. What is a collab for those that who are unaware? A collaborative laboratory are entities that were created by the government with the aim of playing an important role in the national and international strategy for innovation. These collabs, these laboratories, they are characterized by having academic and scientific entities in their constitution, but also companies and business entities. All these entities, they are in the governance structure of the collab, which means they will participate, they will contribute to the definition of the innovation agenda and also in the lines of action with the aim of solving real actual problems and also in the development of innovative solutions with fast integration in the market. With this type of governance structure is intended to strengthen the links between the business and the academic sector. There are several collabs, 41 I think. In our case, our collab is oriented to technological innovation in logistics. So in a very brief way, this is a possible explanation of what is a laboratory, a collaborative laboratory. Back to you, Sandro.
Thanks, Andre. It's amazing the work you are starting there in the login collab, and all your path till today. It's quite fantastic. So for those ones that don't know it yet, I would like to tell you a little bit more about Mapify. So what it is, how it works, and who is intended for. I will only go into small details as we will have the demo later on. So first of all, where did we start? So a few years ago at Focus BC, the company behind Mapify, we started implementing several projects in different industry. always with a strong location or geospatial component, and of course with real-time data. The beginning of these projects was always the same. So we were investing a lot of time and also money, of course, in the initial setup of the project, and afterwards it always required a lot of code and a lot of customizations. Even after delivering these projects, we still continue to do some customization, some new code, because the reality it's always changing. So we decided to start to create Mapify. And for whom are we creating Mapify for? So for different type of personas. So for freelancers, to start develop and use code to bring this technology and maps alive, for startups, for consultancy companies, even for ONGs, educations, and big corporates. So this is the what we call our target audience. So all of these entities can benefit in some way with our product. They don't need to have expertise, neither knowledge in these technologies, so they don't need geo expertise or software development expertise. To go a little bit more deep on the products, let's try to show you this in a single slide. So first of all, on all of these projects and all of these solutions, we have to deal with data. For that, in our case, we will use Mapify datasets. So here you can create a dataset from scratch with, of course, the geometry, the location components, but also many other fields and of various types like numeric, text, wherever, and with a lot of validations to see if the data that it's coming is correct or not. But you can also import your data if you already have it in a standard geo format. Then, of course, with that data, what we will need to create is a layer, so information layer where you can show the data to everyone in a more user-friendly way. So you can create a layer from a data set, customize its attributes, create styles that suits your data, all without any extra software, not even professional desktop software. But we are talking a lot about real-time data, and for that we will use the data feed. So this is one of the big advantages of Mapify. In Mapify, you can connect to data sources or to sensors in real time instead of loading your data. For instance, moving vehicles, air quality sensors, you name it. To do it, you just need to simply create a data feed without any code that will feed the data into Mapify in real time. We always follow the standards, and we have several options like HTTP, MQTT, with, without security. So we have almost all the needs. Having already the data, more static or more in real time in this case, and even the layers to make it available to everyone, we need to deal with the business rules. So what do we need to solve and what we want to do with this data that is coming from the data feeds? For that, let me introduce the core of Mapify, the Mapify workflows. With Mapify workflows, without any code, in a drag and drop approach or interface, you can create your own workflows. In other words, your own business rules. You can just design and implement your business rules without any code. This way, as soon as a message is received on a Mapify data feed, you can decide to what you will do with it, according, of course, with its content. For instance, you probably want to show it on the map, probably want to archive it, probably you want to notify someone or some system. So you just need to define your workflow, your conditions, your filters, and what you need to do to that data. Of course, that some of the integrations are for notifications, like simple email or text message, but also some external systems like using REST APIs, MQTT, Google BigQuery, and much, much, much more. So we have data, static, real-time, we have our business rules. We need to show this to anyone. So you can create your no-code apps. So with a few clicks, you can create a no-code app with this information, with these layers, that will display the information in real time on your browser or on your mobile phone. And you can share that app with everyone. The app will be a mix of layers, a mix of scorecards or KPI indicators, as well Google Street View, private panoramas, and much, much more functionalities. So, in summary, some of the something that you can do as well with Mapify is to use our REST API and our SDK to extend our solutions or to build your solution from scratch using Mapify data and information. In summary, we have a lot of advantages in Mapify. Versus using other complex systems or even creating integrations from the scratch. For instance, with Mapify, you significantly reduce the implementation time. And for instance, if you are a startup or even if you are a big corporate and you want to create a proof of concept or an MVP, you can do it, and you don't need to care about the software development of these pieces. You don't have to have the geo expertise, so you only need to focus on your business and design your business rules. So you don't need investments in servers, in electricity, in software, in updates, everything. So no need for this kind of expertise, and something that it will be also easy on your side is to adapt and evolve your solutions. So according to the business and to the current reality, you can evolve your solutions, and without, of course, a maintenance contract or extra code development. In the end, you can design solutions and run simulations even before you have all the hardware. So with Mapify, you can also simulate hardware sensors even before you have them with you. So let's move on. Let's go to what really brought us here today: the digital transformation of logistics with Mapify. Andrea, can you tell us a little bit about the challenges in the logistics industry?
Of course, thank you, Sandro. Yes, there are several challenges in the logistics sector, and as you all know, globalization has increased the society dependence on logistics, making it a critical success factor. And nowadays, our desire is to purchase goods easily from everywhere, anywhere, using any type of device, and have them promptly delivered promptly to any location. So this is what we want, as fast as possible. On the other hand, the pandemic and war, they promote even more the e-commerce, but also demonstrated weakness in the resilience of the supply chains. And this is quite understandable because logistics is very complex, since it is a very large global network made up of several networks that may have a local, national, and international dimension. In addition to its intermodal character, terrestrial, air, maritime. But, however, despite this complexity, logistics must know how to adapt and to react in a timely manner to these challenges and to those that are coming and are already here, like the climate change that is part of these challenges, and it places great demands where decarbonization throughout the logistic chain will have to be thought out and implemented. And like in all the other sectors, logistics is evolving, and business models and value chains are undergoing rapid changes, where the digitization and the automation are creating great opportunities. So nowadays, when we talk about logistics, we are talking about wireless sensor networks. We are talking about communication machine to machine. We are talking about 5G to guarantee fast and reliable communications. We are talking about big data, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, drones, IoT, augmented reality, digital twins, robotics and automation. So all these type of technologies, they are being applied in the supply chains, inventory management, transportation and distribution, information and communication, last mile delivery, reverse logistics, sustainable and environmental concerns, and so on. So from what I said, you can see that there is a vast or a huge array of technological advancements available for applications in logistics. But today, with Mapify, we are going to focus on geospatial data and real-time data, and how can this data give insights for the decision making. I will ask now to Sandro how Mapify can assist us, Sandro.
Well, there's a lot of challenges, and thank you for that. So what I see that is every day we are generating huge volumes of data, of information, and now we need to take care of it, to clean up, to see what to do with it. It's amazing, huge challenges, and of course, at Mapify can help to solve part of them. I know that you are on a specific project that you told us about. One of the challenges that you are working on, and we just prepared a demo to showcase how can Mapify can solve that challenge. But better than I explain, I will ask Mário to show what we can do.
Yeah, thank you, Sandro. Hi, everyone, again. And yes, Andrea kind of challenged us with a few things that he would like to see, and if we could demonstrate those using Mapify. So I'm going to pick up where you left off, Sandro, on your slides, which is the no-code apps. And we're going to show you a no-code app built with Mapify. And I'm going to try to address a few of the challenges that Andrea has mentioned. So Mapify has its core Google technology, and we base a lot of what we present in our no-code apps on Google Maps. Okay, so we prepared this demo focused on a logistics park or logistics hub near Guarda, where trucks arrive with cargo that comes from other spots in the country. So you can see that we can change the base map, and you can see pretty much there's parking lots here and loading docks configured, and we also set up a few trucks here, of course, and there's even one near a train station that is waiting for a train to arrive with cargo so that cargo can be transferred. Now, leveraging what Sandro showed us, which is we need data, we loaded all the railroad tracks and railroad stations onto this demo app, and we even added a train leaving or getting cargo from Porto de Leixões, or Leixões Port, to bring cargo to the logistics hub that we just mentioned. So let's see if we can track vehicles like one of the first challenges that Andre asked us to show. And yes, we can see the speed, the train moving, the speed changing. So as long as we can push data into the data feeds that Sandro mentioned, we can track vehicles and we can track sensor status from there. And we'll be waiting for the train to arrive in Guarda. Okay, we will have the train come all the way to Guarda, very quickly, of course, and it will go to the train station where the truck is waiting for the truck is waiting for the train to arrive. Okay. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit to give you a bit more insight onto what we see. So the train has just arrived, and we have a truck here. It has a license plate, some metadata, temperature, and we see something that might help us with the second challenge that Andre mentioned to us. Mario, can you help us with dynamic stability of the cargo inside the containers? If we have sensors inside the containers that can track the weight, the cargo being placed in different areas of the container, can we track those in real time and any changes? And here we go. So we have zero cargo on the train right now. So let's try and see if we can adjust a little bit by placing cargo on the truck. So we're going to add 30 kilos, let's say kilograms, to the truck, and automatically that data is updated in the app and on the metadata associated to the truck. So if we keep adding cargo, and I'm going to load the truck from here, we can see that it will keep adding the data and also in real time adjust the visualization to what is happening in real time in the truck. So as long as the truck has sensors to track the weight change, we will be able to track what is happening and adjust not only what we are seeing, but also the data that is behind it. Okay. And as we almost fill up the truck, we should be ready also to move on. Okay. So the truck is almost full, but we still need to get the cargo and unload it in the logistics hub. Okay. I'm going to change the base map, make it like the satellite view. And I'm going to have the truck move to the logistics hub. Okay. And before we arrive there, Andrea said, look, if we have like sensors and additional data that we are tracking, like the temperature, what happens if values get out of a certain or go over or below a certain threshold? Can you trigger alerts? Can you trigger notifications? Can you help us solve the issue by maybe find the nearest available trucks for cargo to be transferred? Let's say, let's try it. So since Anne already complained it's very hot outside, let's change the temperature and see if we can put it on a value that would trigger some kind of alert. Okay, so let's go and change it to 46 degrees, right? It almost feels like 46 outside. So let's say what happens when the temperature changes. So the data is automatically updated everywhere, and an alert is added to an alerts data set and layer. So I'm going to open here. So it's not on the trucks layer. So we do add additional data once those thresholds or that rule is executed and detected a threshold value. Again, you're going to say, okay, Mario, you proved you detected the change in temperature in real time. You raised an alert. You added the alert. Can you notify? And of course, we are able to detect high temperatures or alerts being sent through email or through SMSs. In this case, it was an email in which it tells you which vehicle, what temperature, and based on the trucks that are nearby available, which is the nearest truck and how far is away. Just in case we would have the need to change our cargo to one of these trucks that we just set up here for the demo. Okay, so right now we know that the truck is a bit over temperature. We're going to bring it down right next to it. And we know that it's not inside a hub or a parking lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the truck go to the logistics hub. Sorry. So the truck keeps going, and at a certain point, it's going to go through the gate, right, and enter the hub. And once it does, Mapify automatically detects that and associates in the truck's metadata that the truck is already in the inside the logistics platform. But it's not inside a specific parking lot. Yeah. And we can see that we have Olano, Portugal's parking lot here. So let's tell the truck to go and get inside that parking lot. Okay. And we can see that it will also detect once it enters that parking lot. Okay, it took a little bit. It's moving slowly inside the parking lot. But even inside the parking lot, we can see that we have specific loading bays where trucks can park and load or unload their cargo. Okay, we have some that are already occupied. So dock 34 is occupied, dock 32 is occupied. Well, we can see dock 33 is free. So let's have our truck go and park over there. So we're sending the data. And the truck is not cooperating.
Yeah, probably 46 degrees.
Yes, it's overheating. I know. Oh, no.
Yeah,
No, it just took a few seconds to get the data. Keep in mind, this is live demo, so this is not pre-scripted. The data is being sent through a simulator of sensors to the data feeds. Okay, and now we detected that the truck is already in Pier 33. So at this time, the only thing needed to do is to be able to unload the cargo on that docking station. And so this is a very short but simple and demo which shows everything that can be done in Mapify, getting data live from sensors, triggering several rules using workflows as Sandro mentioned, and everything that you've seen has been done without a single line of code. Okay, so thank you for watching. Sandro, you can pick it up from here.
Yeah, so thank you, Mário. It's just amazing to see the volume of information that we are sending. So the real time, the browser not refreshing, not very smooth, and even with the streaming that we are doing for the webinar, it's quite fantastic. Tell me something, Mário. You mentioned that this was made everything without code. Can you show us a bit, mainly?
Absolutely.
I would say workflows, or yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you can show a bit.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go to the Mapify console, which is where things are configured, the ones you mentioned, the data feeds, data sets. And we have a workflow here, which pretty much processes data when it arrives from a truck. So, for example, with a GPS or fleet tracking device. So it checks the weight distribution, the sensors. It detects if it's inside a hub or not, okay, or inside the parking lot, or inside the parking spot. And we notice that when it's in a parking spot, it can update or change the status of one of the parking spots and also the metadata of the truck. Once we are there, it can send that message to, for example, the parking or the dock management software and say, look, there's a truck that just parked on that spot. So we can integrate with other systems directly in our roles, and all this without any code. I could also show how we do the alerts in the temperature that we mentioned. We have a workflow listening to the same vehicle data, which contains the temperature sensor, and in this case, we check for the temperature being above 40 degrees. We find the nearest available trucks in case the cargo needs to be transferred. We send an email alert. We save the data to the alerts layer, and we didn't look at it, but we can even save data of the alerts to an external data lake for further analysis, just like Google's BigQuery. And that's about it, Sandro.
Well, I think that even I can do it. So it's quite easy, and it's like the drag and drop and the configuration, like configure the fields and start to sync. I also loved the part that is the simulations, right? Because we don't have the trucks in place or the sensors in the trucks in place yet. So you can just use the web console or even the mobile app on Android or iOS devices. Just put it on a truck, start simulating things to Mapify, and then if everything works, you can even buy the sensors later on. Well, quite fantastic. Andre, I don't know what you think about the demo. Probably, I believe that we addressed some of the challenge you proposed to us a few weeks ago. Do you see any other logistic related situations that can Mapify help with?
Sandro, thank you. First of all, very nice job, Mapify. Really very nice job. And concerning other challenges, and as I explained before, there are really an endless number of challenges. But what is important here, and what I think we need to have in mind, is that you just show us some examples. So much more examples can be done, much more insights can be delivered, and these challenges are going to depend on the needs and goals of each company. But I think that what you show us, you can have a really good idea of the capabilities of the Mapify. So it's impressive, and I really think that this combination, because you can just create like a geographic information system inside, like a digital twin integrated with the IoT real-time data. This is going to be really amazing. So congratulations once again.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Andre. So, Mário, before we jump into the questions, so there are some challenges here, and when we are talking about digital twins, mainly in the logistics area, I don't know if how can we add even more. So, you show a demo with moving vehicles, with sensors, with alerts. How can we also add other type of data? Like we talked about the data sets, that it's more like the geometries, like the hub that you showed.
Yeah,
it we can import to show, like, I don't know, private panoramas of the hub, of the cargo spot. It's also included.
Yes, Mapify has the ability to, as you mentioned, add the data or import the data to data sets, which allow us to build layers, and those layers can be set up to as buildings with different floors. And in those layers, each feature can have a panorama or more associated to it. So in reality, if you really want to have a digital twin of a storage house or of a logistics complex, you can actually have almost a virtual tour inside, while everything else, the workflows, the business rules, keep still being triggered and help you with those challenges as well.
Yeah, that is great, because that will also help not only the logistics and the movement of the cargo, but also to identify some security problems that might be happening in the hubs. Quite impressive. I know you have some challenges that we cannot, of course, talk about all of them and to give solutions, but all of them. But I believe that we'll be working together to try to solve those kind of problems and to bring added value solutions to everyone. I believe there are not really a lot of questions there, so, and our time is also running out. If you have any question, please send us on the chat, or of course you can send also after the webinar ends. Just wanted to ask you to visit Mapify.ai for two reasons. The first of we just launched or soft launched a new website last week, so it will be amazing if you can go and explore a bit the website Mapify.ai, and probably even send your feedback to us so we can improve it. And also to click and press the try now button. So if you can just press the button, we will give you access, the full access to Mapify, free for 1 month, and of course with our support by email or by Slack. So don't be afraid and subscribe Mapify. If you don't know how to start, we also have our YouTube channel. It's also on the website with a lot of how-tos, tutorials, and a few demos like the one that Mário showed today for different interests, like smart cities for Helsinki, New York, and some other demos that can be interesting for you to explore. Thank you again, André and Mário, to be present here on this webinar. This was the first one of many that will come in the next months. So hope to see you in person in a few weeks.
Great, thank you, Sandro. And thank you, everyone.
Sandro. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.